Hey, welcome to the Woods fans. Today I'm going to be fixing up this adorable little bench that I got from a hand-me-down, and I am going to be showing you mostly how to upholster a seat for it because I wanted it to be a bit more of a cushioned look. The first thing I'm doing is painting. I want this to match the maple hutch that I did recently. You might remember in the late fall I published the story about the hand-me-down maple hutch that we got, and I stripped all of that wood and kind of refinished it. Well, this was oak, and so I didn't think that I could strip it and get it to look like a wood color that would match the maple. But I did paint it to match the inside of that hutch, a Mediterranean blue from the company Heirloom Traditions. So to upholster this seat's cushion, I am going to do a very simple beginner tutorial, and this is something anybody can do. You just need three materials. You need foam, batting, and fabric. So the first thing I'm doing is cutting my foam to size, and I didn't have foam that was thick enough, so I'm just doubling up what I did have. I believe it's 3/4 inches thick, so together my cushion will be about 1.5 inches tall. You can cut the foam to exactly the size of your wood piece that will be the base of your seat. This seat is going to be especially cool because it will have the added function of flipping up for extra storage. Next, you'll cut your batting, and batting is like a fluffy material that rounds out the edges of your seat cushion and just kind of gives it like a more plump, cushiony look. So I've used things in place of batting before just because batting itself can be kind of silly expensive. So I've used like the fluffy faux snow material. And in this project, I am literally using a fluffy white fleece. It worked the same. So your batting you cut a few inches bigger than the foam, and you want it big enough that it goes over all the edges and can staple down underneath. Now here's the fabric I'm going to use. This is a beautiful silky white fabric, and I'm laying down my batting as like a template and again cutting the fabric a couple inches bigger than even that. Now, of course, before you start applying the order of your upholstery, you want to iron your material and kind of iron anything that's going to show visible creases when you're all done. Now the order to work is you lay your fabric good side down, then your batting, then you lay down your layers of foam in the center, and then lastly your piece of wood. Now it's going to be very simple to fold up your layers of upholstery and staple it into place. I would recommend a small stapler like this. Mine is not like run by an air compressor or anything, it's just a very cheap and simple stapler. I'll have one linked in the description if you want to pick one up for yourself. These work the best for upholstery. You can see that I'm starting on one edge of the seat, and then I pull the fabric tight from the other opposite side. It's important for you to work from opposite sides so you don't accidentally get a bunch in your fabric. I'm telling you guys, it is that easy. Now you want to work on the corners. This is always the hardest part. I tend to trim off any excess fabric underneath, like any excess batting or if there's anything in the way, and then I just have my fabric to fold up, and I like to do a crisscross fold like what you just saw. You pull one side tight and then the opposite side tight, and then make sure that you get that bunch of fabric to lay kind of flat as possible and add plenty of staples for security. It's also important to trim your excess fabric because this can get in the way and flap down. I just trimmed my fabric exactly to where my line of staples went. Now I am installing a piano hinge because, like I said, this bench top is going to swing up, and the inside of the bench is actually a little box where my daughter, who's going to use this, can store like special little things or books inside. After screwing the other side of the hinge into the bench, it's all done, and here's how it looks. You can see I styled it with the hutch that I meant for it to match with. Isn't it so cute? It's a darling little stool for my daughter who has this hutch in her bedroom to use sitting when she's working at her little pull-out desk area. I love that the little bench is painted the accent blue color and that the cushion makes it a lot more comfortable for my daughter to sit and do hours of homework. As you can see, the top flips up and the inside is usable. That's an awesome feature as well. So I hope that this tutorial was great for you if you're starting your first beginner upholstery project and that I proved it can be very easy and simple to do. Thanks so much for watching. Welcome to the woods. We'll catch you again next time.